Hey guys, today we're going to talk about buck, trap, and roll, which is a solution for you being on the bottom and somebody else being mounted on top of you while you're on the ground. This is one that we commonly teach in our women's self-defense seminars, and we'll often even add in choke from the ground when someone's mounted on top of you and choking. That's not in this video, but drop us a comment to let us know if you want to see a video with that one.
Hey guys, Annie here from Colorado Krav Maga. We're going to talk today about this situation here. Obviously, he's at a bit of an advantage here and I'm at a disadvantage. So we need to talk about some considerations right off the bat about my positioning here. Now, my feet are tucked really close to my body. This gives me some leverage with my hips so that I can drive them up off the ground. And if my feet are flat, I don't get that leverage at all. So that's an issue. I keep my feet close to my body to get that power. My head is up off the ground to protect the back of my head from any incidental damage and secondary trauma from the ground itself. If he punches me in the face and the back of my head hits the floor, I'm getting 2 blunt force impacts at once, which is not good. I want to keep my elbows tucked in tight so that I'm digging them into his thighs, and this helps keep him where he is at, which is over my hips, which gives me the most leverage in this position, which is what I want. If my elbows start to slip out, then I'm giving him more freedom to scoot up, where I can't leverage him with my hips as much, which is an issue. So let's talk about him punching me in the face from here. I might be needing to cover, but I need him to stop hitting me more than anything. So I'm going to do what's called bucking, where I buck my hips up to try to get him to tip over. One good information that we have here, one good piece of information we have here, is if his hands are on the floor, I know he's not punching me, so I can use that, right? But it's likely he'll sit back up and he'll start striking me again. So it's not just one buck, but it's gonna be a series of bucks. We're gonna try to keep him from hitting me. Just remember, buck like a mother bucker. That'll help keep him from punching you in the face, right? So, now that I've learned how to keep him from hitting me just for a second, I need to work on bettering my position because I'm still not in a great place here. So once I've tipped his weight forward, and Zach's frozen here so I can demonstrate to you, but he probably would be sitting back up. Once I've bucked his weight forward, I need to trap this side of his body. I need to collect this arm and I need to prohibit his leg from being able to move out so that I can then roll and set myself up to be in a better position here. There's a couple things that happen all at once, so let's kind of reverse and we'll talk about it. I buck his weight forward so that his hands are now supporting him. But like I said, he's gonna be sitting back up. So in that moment that he hits the ground, I have to take action. I can't wait. Full speed, it looks like this. I can't wait once his hands hit the ground. I need to use that second to tip him over. So once he's in that position on all fours, after I bucked him over, he's like a table. If I cut off one leg of the table and I cut off another leg of the table's gonna be able to tip in this direction. It's not actually strength that I'm using to knock Zach over and have us both roll in this direction. It's just leverage. I buck my hips up again, the same thing that we did when I was trying to keep him from hitting me. And this tips us in that direction. If I fail at trapping this arm or this leg, watch what Zach does, right? I buck him over to here, I trap this leg. If I try to roll in this direction, yeah, you can use that hand to base out. And that keeps us from rolling, which is not what I want at all. Let's say I did a good job of trapping this arm, but I failed at trapping the leg. I try to roll this over, to use that foot to base out, which is again, not what I want. So that's why we need to trap both of them at the same time right before we buck again so that we can roll over. And of course I roll with him, stick with him. I might even still have his ankles crossed behind my back and have to do some things to loosen that up so that I can get out of this position. Once he's loosened up a little bit, I'm gonna put my hands on his knees. I'm gonna keep his feet from kicking me as I get up now to a better position. That's it. position, I may or may not be able to punch him from here. Of course, I do have this strength strike available. It's not gonna kill him. It's not gonna hurt him that much. But I might be able to bait him into coming down further with a strike like this. I might be able to fold him over a little bit. Especially if I'm trying to punch him in the face, he might be sitting back some, which actually makes my job of bucking him a little bit harder. Someone knows how to defend against this buck, they're gonna be sitting way back with their weight a little bit further away from you. So if that's happening, there's a couple different ways that I can get them down. One of them might be the easy button, and that might tip him over a little bit or make it available for me to tip him over. Another one is grabbing clothing, but clothing does rip, so you gotta be careful about that. It's not a guarantee. One of my favorites is, since I'm a smaller person, if someone bigger is on top of you, you can take yourself down and pull them down. That might be something that you have to use to be able to tip their weight over. Regardless, once you get them into this position, then we're gonna collect the arm and collect the leg. There's actually a couple different ways I can collect the arm. You guys watched me go outside and in, where I'm holding his arm at the elbow here, but I can also go from the inside out, collect his arm this way. It's a little slower, but this is a more secure hold. Not a kung fu grip or anything. He can pull his arm out if he wants it, but it gives me a little bit more control. I could also send both arms to the same side at once and collect his arm like this. It's a lot more control because I've got 2 on 1, but I can't use my far side arm to protect my face if he decides he wants to hit me again. I also can't use it to help give me a little bit of if you walk around to this other side, something I was doing every time during my demos prior to this was using this arm for a little extra momentum as I was bucking a second time after I collected his arm and his leg at first. So it's kind of like you're shooting your arm up and underneath their ribs to give you a little bit more momentum. If I use that 2-on-1 control to collect his arm, then I can't use my second arm. A lot of arms involved in this. My second arm to help with some of that momentum.
Let us know in the comments if you like the over hook as you collect the arm, if you like the under hook as you collect the arm, or if you like the two-handed grab to pull that arm to your chest. Let me know which one you would choose and go with.
So there are variations here. Use them however you see fit, however you feel is relevant for your situation, but know that each situation will have a different series of concerns to be met.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so we show up in your feed.
Just remember, buck like a mother bucker.